Hi, welcome back. So according to science, it's almost impossible to multitask. It's next to impossible for our brains to multitask. Numerous experiments were conducted in order to show that it's very extremely difficult for our brains to multitask. One of them is the very famous, extremely famous, called the invisible gorilla. Participants in a basketball game, counting the number of passes of a given team, ignored the presence of a gorilla, a person in a gorilla disguise, walking around the court. At the end of the experiment, they reported that no gorilla was seen. But the people who were not having the task of counting the passes of that given team reported that there was actually a gorilla. So what gives? It was determined that our brains, throughout the day, throughout our lives, run through several changes of electrical waves that rule the way our thinking, the way we think, the way we reason. The lower the frequency, the more at ease our brain is. For example, into deep sleep. Those are called theta waves. And at the peak, we have the gamma waves, where our brain is the most excited. So that changing, that oscillation of electrical waves in our brain is what makes us actually conduct analysis, thinking, reflection, meditating, remembering, studying, creating, decision making. And there is a point throughout that life cycle of changing, oscillating through electrical waves that our brains can decide whether to ignore or not certain given information that goes through our senses. In the invisible gorilla example, it was widely proven that the gorilla made it through our visual sensories, but it was purposefully dropped by our brains, by our own brains. So there you have it. Science is backing up the statement that is extremely difficult, next to impossible, for our brains to multitask. Now remember, decision making is one of those very demanding, highly consuming brain activity. So be careful when you are multitasking.